What's up, YouTube? We got another yo-yo review to do today. This is the Zero Gravity Return Tops Winglet. So, Winglet is kind of an older release from Zero Gravity Return Tops. I was able to review their most recent yo-yo, the Ibex, recently, about a week or two ago. Anyway, they liked that review a lot, and I said, hey, no, I really like your shape. I like that it's cool. It was cool. It was different. And he's like, I heard you say that you like H shapes. I did an H shape yo-yo. Love it if you review our Winglet. We've got a couple left. So this is the Winglet. This is the only color that is still in stock. This blue, but this blue is killer. So let's get into the specs here. This is a 6061 aluminum yo-yo. It is 44.4 millimeters wide with a 56.9 millimeter diameter. The gap is 4.4 millimeters and it weighs in at 63.6 grams. It's a groove bearing, like the V-shaped groove bearing, and it is heavily blasted, but we'll look because they did mask off. Very cool too. I dig the blast very much, but this also, well, and it was designed in Canada. Everything, that's why it's Return Tops. Everything Zero Gravity is, they're Canadian based. They do Canadian, they're Canadian. They have, they're a Canadian yo-yo company. Links down in the description where you can find the yo-yo and pick one up if this shape appeals to you. Not a whole lot of these left though. Just this is almost sold out. So just FYI, if you like this, it looks cool to you, you may want to jump on it now. Only 40 bucks, $39.99. Good price. Kind of a fun yo-yo. So let's talk about it a little bit. It is a sort of organic H shape, not in the way that you would think an organic H shape would be. This looks more hard H than anything else. See, it even looks like an H. But it's got very rounded over edges. And it's got this little flare up here. And I think that's maybe why he called it the Winglet. I don't know. I'm just guessing. And it's really pretty cool, honestly. It's a neat shape. It's a unique shape. As far as criticisms go, the gap to me is it's a little harsh coming off the gap. I feel like it's just it pings a little too much coming off the gap just for me. But it's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. It's just that's my criticism of it. As far as good is concerned, it's very light. It plays very light, but it's still like super powerful and stable because it's H-shaped. H-shaped yo-yos tend to be just straight up powerhouses. It kind of gives you that bimetal type weight distribution but you know, it's a mono metal, so it's $40, but you get that stability and control. Very cool. Fun to play on the string, and as you can see in there, it is shiny, so it's rounded off, so it's not sawing the string. As you can see, this string's been in here a little while, and it's not sawed apart like it's gonna break, so very cool there. It's got a little dimple there. I think this is really more aesthetic. You can get your finger in there and it will give you a nice long finger spin, but that's hard. This is not it's a little easier in this one because it's got a little bit of the edges kind of round you in toward it a little more, but it's still kind of tough. This is a very tiny dimple to finger spin on, but I rest my case. You could definitely get thumb grinds on here. This is a big lip, and it's all very blasted, and looks cool, honestly. I like where, I think Zero Gravity does a good job putting, let's see if we can get that in there. Does a good job where they put the engravings. Always looks cool to me. So it looks good in there. And it says Winglet right there. Always looks good to me, and I think they did a pretty nice job on it. This is the snappiness that's my criticism. That's my one criticism. It's maybe a little bit too harsh of a gap angle there, but otherwise, it still plays fine. It doesn't affect the play. It's just that click. To me, that's my criticism of it. But plays great. So let's go ahead and throw it around a little bit. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Zero Gravity Winglet. Feel that power on first throw. Very powerful. Not too wide of a yo-yo, but pretty average width. Generally, H-shaped yo-yos aren't super duper wide. Not hard to hit the string with, though. Spins forever, as you can see. as you would want an H-shaped yo-yo to do. And then, you know, reliable enough response to get it back. The gap's a little tight, but the pads are not super sticky. If this had like red pads in it, it might be too grippy for the size of the gap. So regens are nice, very doable. Feels good. Usually, I feel like wider yo-yos have a hard time with regen, but like H-shaped yo-yos like this, you can just kind of really regen them nice, and this regens really, really well. Easy to catch. The chopstick handles some speed. Rejects really nice. Well, it rejects fine. Doesn't get caught up really. And just, you know, handles everything you want to throw at it. It's a kind of a cool H shape, but if H shapes are too harsh for you, it's a nice kind of soft roundedness at the end. Grinds are pretty good. The gap's a little tight to get my big fat sausage fingers in there, but I have that problem with some yo-yos like this. Plenty powerful enough though. Get some good grindage in there. Thumb grinds, super doable, very easy. And finger spins, you got room. There's that dimple there. Let's see if I can hit it. Almost. More try. You can do it. If you're better at finger spins than I am, which is most yo-yo players, you'll be able to hit that and get it in there. But, unfortunately for me, I'm not able. Really nice. I mean, I've been playing this a good bit. I haven't had a whole... I've had this for a little while, and I sold some yo-yos and got rid of some stuff, so, you know, trying to clean up the old collection. And had this out on my desk for a little while, and I dig it. But let's go ahead, we'll take it apart. I'll show you guys what the insides look like, and we'll do pros and cons. All right, Winglet. I think that's the first time I took it apart. Came apart nice. No complaints there. It's got the old standard yellow magic yo-yo pads in there. That's what those look like to me. They work okay. And you can see here the gap is nicely shiny. So it's not blasted around the gap, so that doesn't cut your string. That's a little harsh for me though. Right there, that comes to kind of a point, and I showed you before. It clicks a little bit. I kind of wish that was just a hair more rounded over, but I understand. That's kind of a very personal gripe with things. I always kind of point that type of stuff out. So let's check out the old bearing here. It's got one of those grooved bearings. Just the V with the cut in the middle. Spins great. I haven't had to do anything to this bearing. Feels like lubed and broken in. Nice and quiet. Nice bearing. Came apart pretty nice. No complaints there. Decently long axle. Doesn't feel like it's going to strip or anything. Yeah, goes back together nice. Grind. Let's do pros and cons. So the grind finish on this is very matted, very beautiful. It looks good too. I like the way that it's almost frosted. Looks really, really good. I like the engraving. I think it's very tasteful on the inside. You can't feel it at all, both when you're grinding and just trying to feel it right now. You can't feel it at all, which is cool. I like the empty cup. Very good. If you can get... I almost got my finger in there. You could probably do it. If you weren't on camera and trying to talk at the same time, you could probably do it and finger spin. Get some good long finger spins with that. Otherwise, it's a little flat, so it's hard to kind of do flat yo-yos, finger spin like that, but... You know, it is what it is. It's probably just me. I don't know if finger spins are still in vogue. I don't really do them in my everyday to-day yo-yo play. I just try to do them on camera when I'm reviewing a yo-yo. So that's really where I am right now with that. But thumb grinds are great. It is blasted on the inside, so your talon grinds and your matador stuff is all going to work very well as well. Mostly talon grinds. It's got a good blast on the inside there. Only cons, like I said, the gap for me is a little bit. I wish that could have been a little more rounded, a little more tweaked. It just clipped just a little bit. But otherwise, I mean, I really like H-shaped yo-yos. This plays really well, and it spins a really, really, really long time. And I think I can't stress that enough. H-shaped yo-yos will spin a really, really long time. This one does that very, very well. It spins a really long time, and that's really fun. Truth be told, to have a yo-yo spin for a really long time, so you can do a lot of tricks, but without binding the yo-yo, regenning the yo-yo or anything, that's really fun. And I think that's it really kind of is nailed in this yo-yo very well. That and just the overall feel of the finish and the feel of the shape in your hand is really quite enjoyable. And it's really for $40. I don't know that you can do better in a yo-yo. I do think Zero Gravity is putting out some good stuff. It's very outside the box thinking. You don't have yo-yos that play exactly like this or look exactly like this, which I like a lot. And right now they've got 2 or 3, 4 up on their. They've got a Winglet SE, which I believe is sold out. The SE probably corrects some of the issues. The Winglet, it's 7068 aluminum, which is 2 times harder and more dense. So that one's gone. And then the Ibex, which I just reviewed, and the Basilisk, which is coming soon, apparently. So keep an eye out for these guys. They do some nice stuff over at Zero Gravity Return Tops. So much love to them for sending this over. I do enjoy it. You were right to say, hey, I heard you enjoy H-yo-yos. You'll probably like the Winglet. You were right. I do like the Winglet. And for $40, you could like it too. Because I think it's a good price at $40. Like I said, my only little gripe was the gap, but everything else is really good. It spins a really long time. The binds are nice. Grinds are good. Came apart nice. Went back together nice. It's got a nice bearing. It was really smooth too. I keep forgetting to show that because like every yo-yo is smooth now, but still was like 10 out of 10 smooth. No complaints. For $40, solid deal. But thanks so much for watching, guys. Please make sure you like and subscribe. Check the links down in the description. Cheers to you, and I'll see you next time.